Mary was a beautiful young girl, living with her family in a new, quiet cottage. The house was supposed to bring peace, but something felt wrong from the very first night. As Mary slept, she suddenly woke up, sensing an unsettling presence in her room. Her father was there, standing silently, acting unusually tense and strict. Mary's heart pounded with fear. He didn't speak, only stared at her with an intensity that made her shiver. After a few moments, he quietly left the room. Though nothing else happened, Mary felt deeply disturbed. The next morning, the family gathered for breakfast. Everything seemed normal, but Mary could not shake the fear from the previous night. Her younger sister and brother joined the table, and soon their father arrived, acting completely normal, as if nothing had happened. Mary wondered how the same man who had terrified her the night before could behave so ordinarily now. As the days passed, strange events started occurring around the house. Objects moved without explanation. Shadows lingered unnaturally. The neighbors occasionally reported seeing unusual statues or dead animals placed near their property. The children began to feel constantly watched, and a growing sense of dread filled the house. At night, Mary could hear faint noises from her father's room. Sometimes he would behave strangely, pacing or muttering to himself. Her mother, meanwhile, started eating in unusual ways, aggressively and without restraint, scaring the children further. Her younger brother occasionally refused to eat, causing her father to respond calmly, while her mother reacted with frustration, throwing utensils and food around. Mary and her sister, Anna, began noticing patterns. Every night, their father acted strangely near them. One evening, Anna confided to Mary about the eerie behaviors she had witnessed, confirming that Mary wasn't imagining things. The girls realized that something dark was influencing their father's behavior. The tension escalated one night. Their father, seemingly controlled by a malevolent force, attacked them with a large object. Mary managed to push him aside, and both girls ran to escape. Their father chased them, grabbing Mary by her hair, throwing her to the floor. Mary hit the stairs and lost consciousness. Anna tried to escape but kept glancing back to see if their father was following. He had temporarily left, only to reappear with a hammer from the storage room. Mary regained consciousness and searched for Anna. Suddenly, she felt someone behind her. She turned, seeing her father raising the hammer, about to strike. At that moment, Anna screamed loudly, causing him to pause. Anna picked up a bat and struck him, but he was unaffected. The father's movements became more erratic and dangerous. Just then, another woman entered, their mother. She grabbed the hammer to protect her children, confronting her husband. Their father attempted to resist, but was pushed aside. A terrifying smile crossed her face as she stepped across broken glass and moved to protect her daughters. The situation grew more complicated when the family realized that the malevolent force controlling their father was no ordinary threat. They contacted senior priests from a nearby church. These priests were experienced in handling extreme supernatural occurrences. On the way to the cottage, the priest's vehicle was attacked by a crow, causing a minor accident. They were delayed but managed to arrive at the house. Mary's father had tied her to a bed to prevent her from fleeing, claiming it was necessary to control the situation. Mary's mother resisted, arguing that this was endangering her daughter. The priests began a ritual. Candles were lit, holy water sprinkled, and sacred symbols placed around the room. The ritual caused Mary to cry out, but the priests reassured her it was necessary. One rod broke during the ritual, but they continued with another, maintaining a firm stance against the dark presence. Mary fainted from the pain and fear, but the priest's prayers and protective measures kept her safe. Meanwhile, the priest's earlier accident was revealed. It was the same dark force attempting to prevent them from reaching the house. The malevolent entity was clever, powerful, and determined to harm the family. Mary's mother, seeing her daughter suffering, took a stand against her husband's possessed actions, helping to restrain him when necessary. Finally, during the climactic confrontation, the senior priests chanted prayers and used mirrors to force the dark spirit out of Mary's body. It attempted to escape, but the priests' combined power subdued it. The entity entered one priest's body temporarily, but he and his brother neutralized it using sacred objects, sacrificing themselves in the process. The dark force was defeated, and Mary, her sisters, and their mother survived the ordeal. The house, once full of strange events and fear, slowly returned to normal. Shadows no longer moved unnaturally, objects stayed in place, and the oppressive sense of being watched vanished. Mary, Anna, and their brother recovered physically and emotionally, though the memory of the dark nights stayed with them. The family learned a hard lesson. Courage, faith, and unity could protect them from even the darkest of forces. The experience left them wary, but stronger, knowing that together they had faced and survived unimaginable terror.